Hotels are where our desires go on holiday. That's one of the lines from Hotel by Joanna Walsh, and isn't that a great line? Hotel is one of a number of books that are part of the Bloomsbury academic series called Object Lessons, which aims to take a subject as or an object as a starting point for discussion. I've only read Hotel, but I was fortunate enough to be sent a number of other books that I'm keen to get to soon in my reviewing. But I reviewed Hotel in full on the wonderful Glasgow review of books not so long ago, and I'll post a link to that below. Essentially, Hotel takes uh, as its main inspiration the curious period of time in which Joanna Walsh was employed as a hotel reviewer, which entailed travelling up and down the country, staying at a variety of hotels and reviewing them. But of course, surreals are such. Okay, well, that's a Freudian slip. Hotels are such surreal places um, that there's so much material in here that takes its inspiration from uh, theories such as Freud to illuminate some of the contemporary stories within here. Now, quite often, what Joanna Walsh does is pinpoint aspects of hotels through an analysis of language. So, for example, one of the most interesting things that I read in Hotel is that hotels have a tendency to diffuse personal responsibility in the language that they use. So that may, for example, take place in the form of dinner shall be served at 7 o'clock instead of saying we shall serve dinner at 7 o'clock. And it just adds a little bit to that fantasy element of hotels where there are all kinds of amenities, but they don't exist in a space that feels particularly inhabited or real. So another example of this may be that there are spaces in hotels, such as libraries, where nobody has ever really sat and read a book. So people will flick through them a little bit, maybe read the first few chapters, if even that. But these spaces are set up more to contemplate the idea of using them in such a way. It's more the possibility of using them in such a way than actually using them. And perhaps that is what we pay for in hotel, not just a place to lay our heads. There are so many fascinating elements in here. It's a patchwork of personal experience, creative prose, sometimes in form of play, and theoretical patchwork essentially, where we see Freud, we see pop culture references like Mae West, sometimes all together in these play structures. So very, very interesting from Joanna Walsh. Now, Joanna Walsh fascinates me as a writer, and she often writes in short format, unconventional structures. I think this book works very well in that way. It's a curious book, a strange book about a very strange subject, and that style combined with the format of Object Lessons was just really very interesting indeed. And I've thought about this book a lot since I've read it, so I thoroughly recommend checking this out. The other books that I have from the Object Lessons series are these Hood, Bookshelf, Cigarette Lighter, matching my dress, Shipping Container, and Dust. Now, these are beautiful covers, aren't they? I'm very fond of them. So definitely check out the Object Lesson series from Bloomsbury Academic, and I'm looking forward to getting to know them all a little bit better soon, hopefully for review.